What's up, everybody? Jesse, SlotCityFishing. Got a lot of new videos up on the channel, and you guys have been asking me in the comments about my rig bag and how I tie all my rigs. I made this video a few years ago, but I've learned a lot since then, and I've kind of changed the way that I do things. So I got out all my rig tying stuff, and me and my brothers are going on a fishing trip this weekend, and I got to tie a bunch of rigs, so it's the perfect time for me to make this video. But I'm going to show you how I do it, what I use specifically, and where I got it from. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how I'm going to set it up with bait. That way you can get it out there and hopefully have some fun tying your own rigs, and it'll help you catch some more fish. All right, dudes, we'll go ahead and get into it. So the reason I'm making this video is all you guys saw my rig bag in my last like 4 videos. I've been using it a lot on the front of my cart, and you can see I keep all my rigs in there. And the reason I do this is it makes it really fast for me to get out there and change my rigs if they break off, or if I see a different color combination is working. And all of them are waterproof. And then I keep all the terminal tackle and everything in here as well. That way I can quickly tie some more if I need to. And then this lives on my cart. The whole goal of this is to not tie any knots while you're out there. That way you can fish and not waste time tying stuff, because the longer you have bait in the water, the more likely you are to catch more fish. So the way I do this is with a rig board. I learned this from Chip Brundage, the sinker guy. If you look on his channel, he has a video on how to actually make this. This one was made for me by a guy named Clay Gordon in Jacksonville. If you look for him on Facebook, he still sells these, I think. If not, you could probably ask him and he'll make you one. But the whole purpose of this is you can tie rigs very, very, very fast. Like just a couple minutes you can tie one. But I'll go ahead and show you how I do this. And I tie my rigs the way that 90% of commercial rig tiers tie them. So they're fast and they work really, really well. So the first thing I want to show you before you even start tying your rig is I recommend using this piece of gear here. This is called a rolling swivel with power clip, and this is by DS Custom Tackle. And you're going to attach this to your main line with a uni knot, like so. I'm going to show you how to tie this uni knot once and then skip it in the rest of the video. That way I can save time. But you're just going to put it through there, bring them both up together, then make a loop in front of it, pinch it together, and then you're going to put this piece behind it and through it. With braid or any heavy line, mono, whatever, you don't have to do this a bunch of times, like 3 or 4 times. I've never had one fail on me. So we'll just do it 3 times. You're going to loop it all through like that. And then you're going to pull this, close up that knot by pushing on it, and then it'll slide down. When you're actually tying these, I would recommend using some water on it. Some people will lick it and put some spit on it, and that'll make it to where you don't burn the line when you're pulling it, and it'll weaken your knots. But the reason why I do that now is when I tie my rig and it's finished, here's a finished double dropper rig, you can just quickly put that swivel onto that quick clip, and now I'm not having to tie any knots. And if it breaks, I can just as quickly take it off, get another one out of my bag, and put it on again. So I'm literally not tying a single knot while I'm out fishing. And that goes to your main line on your reel, and it'll stay on there. All right, now I'm going to show you how to tie the double dropper rig, pompano rig, set rig. There's a lot of different names for it, using this rig board. And then for the sake of the video, it's kind of hard to see line, especially this thin fluoro in video. So this is just butcher's twine out of my kitchen. But first you're going to need a swivel. This is a number 3. Another secret, and I learned this from DS, is these swivels are rated for very, very high weight, even the small ones. So people are using like 100-pound test barrel swivels, and you don't need that at all. And it will save you a lot of money. And then the smaller presentation that you have, the more like sneaky, invisible it is for the fish. But I want to quickly tie that uni knot on here. And I'm just going to do 2, but you want to do more than that, 3 or 4. Pull it, cut the tag. Now, this rig board has a clip on it. You're going to clip this barrel swivel into the clasp. And like I said, Chip has a video on how to make these. You can make it with a small piece of wood, and nails will work. It doesn't have to be fancy like this. I just like this one because it's pretty and it looks good in video. But you got all these different pegs on here. What you're going to do is go over the first peg, under these 2 bottom pegs, then up and around the top peg, and then around these bottom 2 again, and then over that far right peg. Now you got this triangle loop looking thing with 2 pieces of line right here. You're going to grab the bottom one and then put it up over the top one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And now what you got is this opening right here. You're going to leave that open, grab this front piece, put it through that hole that you made, and then pull it. That's what you got right now. Then you're gonna put your finger here, put it over this top bottom peg, pull these off, and then cinch it. And that's your loop for your double dropper. Take this bad boy off, put it right here, and then same deal. Over, under, over, under, over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Through, onto here, up, pull. And you can see I did that real fast. So that's a double drop. We got our 2 loops here. Now, how far do you make it on the bottom? What I do is I just go to this peg and then go to the end of my board, and then I cut it. And that is the tying part for your loops. Now you put on a coast lock. It's just a barrel swivel with a clasp on it, and this is where your sinker is going to go. That same uni knot. Over it. You got the little loop now. 1, 2, 3. Cinch, pull, cut the tag. Sweet. Now this is your double drop without your hooks on it. Swivel to the main line off of your tactical clip right here, quick clip, whatever you want to call it. The sinker guy has these on his website also, so wherever you decide to buy from, I'm not telling you where to shop. Support your local tackle shops also. All right, and then your loop, and coast lock for your sinker. Now this is where the fun creative part happens. You can do as much or as little as you want on here. A common rig is called the naked rig, which is just hooks, and that's it. And sometimes that's the best presentation because it's the absolute minimalist, most natural. And they don't know that the hook is there. Rich from DS made a funny joke. He said that the fish, they don't know. They don't even know that they're wet. I thought that was pretty funny. But hooks, these are Eagle Claw laser sharp Circle C 2/0 hooks. These are the hooks that I've been using for years. And then here's a secret for you. 90% of your commercial rig tires, these are the hooks that they're using because they're cheap and you can buy them in very large quantities. So this is a 100 pack. If you go to Sinker Guy or DS Custom Tackle, they can probably get you a very large quantity if you wanted, but double dropper rigs, you can tie 50 with this pack, and I think that this was less than 20 bucks. But if you want some really high quality rigs, look around on DS, and he has some very, very high quality, very sharp hooks. But 2/0 circle hooks is what I recommend. We'll use the Eagle Claw because that's what you guys probably have the quickest access to at Walmart or Academy or wherever. So now you can get real crazy with colors and floats. The whole deal of it is you want to try to match the hatch. Like these kind of look like sand fleas, sorta. These really look like sand fleas, so do these. Or sometimes you can just use small pill floats, are really good also. Like these. There's a very popular rig with these two colors on it that I'm sure that you guys know. And then green has also been working really, really well for me down here. So what we'll do is we'll tie a rig with some pill floats and some beads. And then we'll do one of those sand flea looking ones. All right, cool. So now we'll get these beads out. The Sinker Guy has a ton of beads, and so does DS. But just some regular beads. A lot of people use glass ones as well. These are from Walmart. And the glass is cool because they clink together and they say it sounds like a shrimp. So the whole point of this is the fish, they hunt by sight, scent, and sound. So sight is the color, right? Like this looks like a sand flea. Like a fish might want to eat that. And then sound would be the clicking of the beads together, and then scent is these fish bites or your bait that you're actually using, shrimp or clams or sand fleas, whatever. But I'll go ahead and show you how I do that. Ooh. All right, so there's a cool tool that you can buy from the Sinker Guy. Needle combo set. It's on his website, and one side has a drill, a little drill bit that screws into here, and the other side has this hook, and it's going to help you put your stuff on your hooks. It's got a little clasp on here to pull it through. So there's a really popular debate that just came up about the proper way to put the hook on the loop. And you guys let me know what you think, what the proper way is. Some people say going barb side first. Some people say going the back of the shank side first. But I think that the majority of people say that you go through barb side first. So you're gonna first use the little drill bit. See how this little hole is very, very small? We're gonna use the drill piece and make this a little bit easier to put on. There you go. Then we're gonna go back here and use our tool, hook, float, and then you're going to get your loop, hook it on there, pull this through, pull your hook through, take it off, and then you're just going to loop your hook on it like so. I just put the hook through that loop and pulled it. Now that's your sand flea float presentation. Now I'll do one with beads and a pill float. So same thing, we're gonna get our drill, drill it, then hook, beads, float. Put your loop on there, like so. Close that bad boy, and then just pull these things on. You can do that by hand, but I'm telling you, it's a little more difficult. And then pull it. There you go. So that's your complete rig. And then when you're ready to fish it, you're gonna get that quick clip that's attached to your main line, put that on there, and then put your sinker on it, close it up, and now you just need bait. So I really like using fish bites because they have that good scent release on it and the color. So what I do is I'll get the strip out. I prefer the strips, easy strips. And you're gonna cut little small pieces like that size, or even smaller. Now I need you to use your imagination. This is a piece of shrimp, okay? And then I cut it into equal parts, and the rule is I make it about the size of my thumb or pinky nail. So we'll cut this into equal parts. Then we'll put our shrimp on here. And then the fish bite. There you go. And then for this one, I would try to rake some sand fleas and then use sand flea fish bite. So say that this is your sand flea, you're gonna put him on there. And this will work with shrimp too. And then cut your easy flea. I really like the fish bites easy flea because they have the white and the orange. The sand fleas, when they have eggs on them, is that orange color. And the fish are smart, they know that. And there you go. That's your full double dropper rig right there. So just to recap what I use, this is an actual one that I tied. When you're done with this, you're just gonna loop it up around your hand like so, and then put it in one of these little bags. I got this from the craft section of Walmart. And then I'll show you when you tie them and you have them already, when you take them out of the bag, they really don't get all knotted up. It only takes a second to get them ready to go. See? And now she's ready. So, just to recap real quick, I used 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. For my main line, I use True Braid, and then I'll go to this tactical clip right here, and then to your rig that I just showed you how to tie. And I use 2/0 circle hooks, but you can use whatever hooks you want. Down to this coast lock with a sinker guy sinker, and that's it, man. That's your whole rig. If you guys got any questions about anything, let me know. Check out DS Custom Tackle and the sinker guy. That's where I got all this stuff from, and of course fish bites. But yeah, guys, that's how most of your commercial rig tires tie them. And then you can see, once you get quick at that, you can tie a whole bunch of rigs real fast. So I hope that helped you guys, and we'll see you out on the water.